Allie. Join me as I show you how to make these engineered earrings, which is a project in this month's kit subscription box. It shows how to use ladder stitch, brick stitch, fringe, lots and lots of construction going on. So that's why they're called the engineer. Remember, if you want to go in and learn how to do this, subscribe or need materials, look below the video in the description. That'll give you links back to our website where you can gather everything up. Let's get ready and get started. So to begin this design, we're going to be working with size 6 dragon thread in the green color. And I have a size 11 needle on here. An 11 or a 12 will work. We're going to be featuring these fun drop beads along with 4mm bicones. You can use any bead when it comes to the drop whatsoever, or not do the drop bead at all. This is a combination of ladder and multi-drop brick stitch along with the fringe, so you're going to be learning a lot. I've pulled here one of the seed bead Azuki collections, and the cool thing is pretty much every color matches this look. So if I want to go in and create any one that I wanted to, would even match, even doing the silver mixed with the gold. I'm going to choose to do that purple gold iris, number 5 here, and dump those out. The rest of them I dumped out all over my floor at home. I know you feel my pain. All right, so we are going to start with our ladder stitch. Right here in the middle is our ladder, and while we're doing the ladder stitch, and we're doing 5 strands of it, we're also going to do our fringe. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 1, 2, 3 beads, because I'm going to do the ladder stitch that is 3 beads long. I'm going to take that to the bottom of my 24 inches of my thread and add 3 more beads and go back through that first set of 3. What's going to happen there is that second set is going to lie nicely after I get it disconnected from my pliers, which I should move away from the side there, a little less in there, is down through that first one. Down the first one, we are going to do 1 11-0, followed by one of our 4mm beads, another 11, a 4mm, and then we're doing a picot trim to hold that bead and the fringe in place. 3 beads go on. We let that all drop down next to our first row of our brick stitch. And then we're going to take our needle and thread and go back through all of the beads back up through to the ladder stitch. Now, we're not going through those 3 beads at the bottom of the 4mm bicones. We're going to pull them into a nice triangle shape. From here, we're going to go down through the second row of our brick stitch, of our ladder stitch here, and we're going to do our next drop. Our next drop is going to be a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of our 11-0s. And then after those 6 11-0s, we are going to add another bicone and 3 more of our 11-0 seed beads. The reason there's so much room for the seed beads here is so that it drapes nicely down along the side. Go back up, skipping those 3 beads at the bottom, through the bicones, all the seed beads, and the ladder stitch as well. From here, we're going to add another row of our ladder stitch, which is 1, 2, and 3 beads. Going over to the previous one, we're going to go back through those 3 beads that our thread is coming out of right there at the end. Pulling the thread and needle out them, that lies our 3 beads next to that ladder stitch. Go ahead and come back down those 3 beads, and we're going to add our center drop. Our center drop is going to be 1 11-0, followed by one of our 4mm bicones, just like we did on the first one. And then we're going to add 1 more 11-0 and our teardrop facing down. Again, a dagger bead, a briolette, even a crystal round at the bottom here can all be fun. You can find a really fun collection of beads in our Potomac Picks collection, which is on our website, of unique finds that we have, that we gather and hunt for. We're going back up then through our drop bead, through our 11-0, through our 4mm bead. Same thing, we're going back through everything but those 3 beads along the bottom. With your fingers, make sure those are sitting correctly in that nice little trim. 1, 2, 3 more beads go on for the ladder. back through the last 3 beads that your thread is coming out of. And then down through those 3 beads. And repeat the same as the first 2 rows. So I'm going to go in now, do my same one as on the opposite side, do my ladder stitch, and then do the first one as well too to get the opposite side here done for the piece. Want to learn how to become a jewelry making expert? With Potomac Beads Jewelry Making Kits, you can create unique and customized bracelets, earrings, necklaces, and pendants. Every kit uses only premium materials and is hand-packed in the USA. Whether you're new or you've been crafting for years, these kits provide an immersive experience allowing you to create beautiful projects with ease. Visit PotomacBeads.com/kits today or click on the link in the description below. Now that we have the base and bottom done, we're going to work on our brick stitch, which we're going to start with our bicones, and we're going to run 3 of our bicones along the top of the brick stitch. I'm bending back that starter thread, and brick stitch always begins with 2 beads. The reason it's 2 is so you don't see thread on the side. We're going to skip over 1, 2, and into our 3rd bridge thread. The bridge thread is going to be connecting rows 3 and rows 4 of our ladder stitch below. You're sewing underneath the thread there. Those 2 beads are going to pretty much sit right on top of one another. I'm going to go back up through bead number 2, so that way it's sitting so the holes are facing up and down. And we're going to correct bead number 1 so it's doing the same thing. Going through bead number 1, I'm going to go underneath the bridge thread that goes from ladder row stitch 1 and 2 there. So it's underneath the thread. Back up through and out the top of that bead. Now to get this to sit nicer, we're going back down through the bicone one more time, underneath the bridge thread of number 2, back up through number 2. That's how we get it to sit correctly. And then we're going to add 1 more bicone. This last bicone is going to get put on, and then we're going to sew underneath the bridge thread there from beads number 4 and 5 of that ladder stitch. Back up through that bicone and onto the top. And see how those 3 just kind of hang out right there in the middle, adding that nice color. From here, we're going to do a 2 drop of our brick stitch, and we're going to do 5 wide of the 2 drop. So we have 3 beads, but we have some really big thread bridges there. We're going to add 1 and 2 beads for our first portion of our brick stitch, and 2 and 3 for our second row. Go underneath that bridge thread that's connecting bicone 2 and 3, and then back up through beads number 3 and 4. Now, I'm not going to worry about that first row straightening it out too much. You can go back if you want to and go back down through underneath the bridge thread. I'm going to jump right into doing my 3rd row of my brick stitch. Same place, so I'm going underneath that first bridge thread from beads 2 and 3 of the bicone, and then back up through beads number 5 and 6. 2 more beads. Now we're going over to the other bridge thread, and we're going to go through the bridge or underneath the bridge thread from bicone number 1 and 2. We have 1 set there. And we're going to add another set there of brick stitch. So I'm going in here, 1 and 2 more beads. Catch onto that same bridge thread underneath. And then back up through those last 2 beads, 8 or 9 and 10. All right, so we have 10 beads on 2 deep of our brick stitch. And now we're going to go in and we are actually going to do another row of our 2 drop brick stitch. This row here is going to have 4 rows that connect to each of the bridge threads that sit between. Going to get out a couple more beads here. And we're going to add 1 and 2 beads for our first row, and 3 and 4 for our second row. If you have trouble with this brick stitch, I have lots of videos to show you the basics of brick. Skip over from the first bridge thread to the second bridge thread. Go back up through beads number 3 and 4. 1 and 2 will just kind of hang out on the side there. And you can push them in if you want to. You can go back again through it if you want to straighten them out even more. I'm not going to worry about it. 1 and 2 more beads go on underneath bridge thread number 3. Back up through your beads. If your beads happen to fall off, it means you didn't go underneath that bridge thread. Now 2 more beads get added. 1 and 2 underneath bridge thread number 4, connecting rows 4 and 5 of the bottom one. And then back up through those 2. Now, to bring a little bit more color to the top, we're going to add 2 of our bicones here. We're going to add 1 and 2 more bicones. If you want to, you can make a longer brick stitch, going in and doing 3 rows of the 2mm beads. Having those 2 on, I'm going to skip over 1, 2, and go into the third one of our bridge threads. Back up through bead number 1. And then I am going to straighten out bead number 2, going down through right there, which would actually be, I guess, bead number 1 that we put on. Underneath that bridge thread, underneath it, and back up through. And there you go. Now we just have 1 bridge thread. We're going to actually ignore basically that bridge thread. We're going to add 2 beads, add our wire guard, 2 more beads, and come back down through. So we're going to add 1 and 2, pick up our wire guard, go through the top of our wire guard. It has, if you've never used it, a little channel there. We're going to come down through the other channel. We're going to add 1 and 2 more beads and go back down through the bicone. Reinforcing, we're going back up through the bicone that's next to it. And because we're using the green thread and green crystals, you're not going to see it. You actually have extra purple crystals too if you're a subscriber from the rope of the Kumihimo. You can switch out and do a couple colors. Go in then, back down through on the opposite side, getting another strand of cord sitting nicely into that wire guard. That starter thread is over on the side here. And all we're going to do is feed our thread and needle back down through the design and along the bicones here. Getting them to the same place. And then we're just going to knot it together. So I'm going right down to my brick stitch, or sorry, to my ladder stitch rather. I'm going to go up and down the ladder stitch till I get over to that cord. Last thing we need to do then after is to knot the 2 together, burn off the thread ends, and add your ear wires. Right here as I get over into this 4th row here, that's when our threads will be right at the same spot. Those thread edges there. Tie those together. Take a thread zap, thread burner, burn them down. And then to put on our ear wires, we're going to have that nice and kind of formal looking wire guard right there at the top. I love using the wire guards because I think it makes a nice professional look. Go in and open up your ear wire, pulling to the side. Put in your wire guard, close it up, and that finishes up your earrings. Thanks so much for joining me in these fun engineer earrings. It's really nice to know that you can make them in tons of different colors if you get the materials of the Fun Azuki box. You can also use tons and tons of different options for the drops as well. And if you want to check out all of the supplies that we have, PotomacBeads.com, go ahead and look below the video in the description to get back to our website. You can either subscribe to the monthly kit subscription box and get things like this Kumihimo rope and the engineered earrings along with a fun bracelet, or you can buy the individual materials as well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.